Good morning, everyone. It is October 4th. Let's get into this price action. So, just going to put this with no sync so we could just see it on the intermediate time frame. All right, so let's get into what we talked about in our previous video. We talked about a little bit of a fade and then maybe a potential bounce up here. We did also talk about this fade breaking 570, get some short sellers really excited below 570, and then sucker them in. So this is the VWAP, this blue VWAP. If we take it out onto the daily time frame, this is the VWAP from this gap up in this barcode area that we talked about. So we get rid of all this here. So this VWAP right here on this gap up, we had this gap up, we barcoded, and then we broke out of this range. Right now we're coming back and retesting this previous barcode. So we could see we held the 50-day moving average, and this is the VWAP I'm talking about in the intermediate time frame at this 474.88 area. So potential play for today. Maybe this wants to kind of just keep drifting down before the election with the uncertainty, or maybe we could get this rally. This kind of gets this fade and maybe pulls a little bit deeper and then starts to rally back up. So we could look to see this VWAP from this high. We rally back up. This could start to become support. Our 2-day VWAP right up in here, this purple, could start to be some support. So then potentially we could be looking for some consolidation between 573 and 574 area to then sell into this 575.50 and then potentially get this gap close. But if we, where we are now, we're trapped underneath this 2-day VWAP. You could see it in here in the pre-market. This is our 2-day VWAP. And that's exactly what we did so far, was rally right into it and reject it in the pre-market. So what we'd be looking for is, like I said, we have this fade, this rally up, start to reclaim this 2-day VWAP and this daily VWAP in this 572 to 570 area. So we need to get this, which it doesn't look like it's happening right now, but we'll be looking for, and then get back above this 2-day VWAP area. So this is price action, and then this will be our daily VWAP. So maybe we could get something like this for the long side, or maybe we start to hold underneath VWAP up in here, and then just start drifting further. So this is the potential scenarios I'm looking for on the SPY. Maybe a potential break of this 570 back down to 568.90, and a little bit further decline back down to this 566, 567 area. You could see this was even, 565. So that's a SPY map out. Let's get into the QQQ. So Qs, we had this area. Maybe we're thinking for this potential bounce into this 5-day moving average. We said that's going to be declining. So maybe we are able to reclaim this 488 area, and the 2-day VWAP and the 3-day VWAP could start to act as support. This 488, break 489, and get a push into this 492, maybe a little bit 494. Into this 5-day moving average, the gold line. So, and then maybe from there we'll see if we could get a little bit of a pullback, look to reclaim this 488 area, 487, and let this data on the 5-day moving average start to drop off, and then we could look for a shift from lower lows and lower highs back into higher highs and higher lows for upside trend continuation. So basically, we're looking to get back above this 488, 489, reclaim that for a push into the high of Wednesday, maybe potential gap fill, and then looking for a reclaim of that 489. If price can't rally back above and reclaim the 489, 490 area, monitor basically the 3-day VWAP at 487, which you can see is basically this VP shelf right here. So, right, you got the 2-day VWAP and the VP shelf right here. So, if we start to break and consolidate here, maybe we start to drift down into this 485 area, undercut 485, get shorts excited underneath that round number, and then they'll realize they're on the wrong side, and maybe that could fuel a bigger rally back up. So, looking for basically a break of this 486 for a fall to 484, and then monitoring if we can't break above 485.60 to see if we get that further decline down into this 470, 481 area, this 50-day moving average, and then a potential further decline. Next key level would be down to this 477 or 75 area. If you like this, please like and subscribe.